everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another anime review. I just watched anime called Shakunetsu no Takuyo Mutsume, or it's called in English Scorching Pinball Scorching Ping Pong Girls. What am I talking about? Pinball. I must be really tired. But of course this is all the girls involved, and Mune is the one in the lower right corner, and above her is Eroshide, former captain of the team. Slight spoiler there. And in the middle, that's Taylor. And she's a transfer student, and we learned that in the first episode. And of course, Hanabi is the blonde, and Hokuto. Actually, Hokuto is my favorite, because I really like her personality and just the fact that she's a very interesting ping pong player. And then Agari. And Agari, her backstory is very intriguing. Her mother named her Agari. It means basically rise to the top. And of course, she has the arrow in her hair, so that makes sense. They all have personality quirks based on what they wear in their clothing. And Hokuto, I absolutely adore her. She can tell what pants they wear based on the kind of racket that they use. And of course, the only one that she doesn't mention by panty color is Hanabi, because they're a pair, they're friendship. But what's very intriguing about this anime in and of itself is it's, I would consider it a soft Yuri, because there are some ships that sail very strongly, and I'm not going to say who they are, but if you can see the way the picture is actually centered in the DVD itself, or the dust cover, it's pretty obvious who likes whom. And there's no kind of homophobic sense to this at all. It seems perfectly natural, and it's so sweet, it's so cute. But as far as animes are concerned, I really love the design of the characters, the music in the background. It's really incredible. It's very electronica and very adrenaline rushing, kind of pounding, pulse pounding music. And I love the theme song and the ending song. They're both really sensational. Of course, in the last episode, episode 12, there's another song that's sung. There's a character that appears in the 11th episode that is part of another school that Karami actually was a part of, and she was a former senpai to Agari, and apparently Karami had a thing for Agari, and I thought, ooh, this is getting intriguing. There's a lot going on, actually. I would give it a perfect score, but the only thing I didn't care about it was the ending, because it just kind of left it up in the air, quite literally. I thought, well, did she win? I'm not going to say who the character is, but I thought, what happened? They all cheered. Apparently it's a good thing. That's a surmisation. It's just kind of a guess and assumption as to what occurred. But I would think after all that training in the training camp in episode 11 and 12, the final episodes, that it would have helped their plays a lot better. And I like ping pong. I guess that's why I'm biased about this series, and it's the first real sports series that I've gotten into. I'm typically not into sports animes. They don't really interest me all that much. I'm more into supernatural or history-based or alternate history-based or apocalyptic, sci-fi. This is definitely shoujo, and it's moe. The characters are all very young teenagers, and like I said, it's soft yuri. It's not very it's pretty obvious, but I think it's really cute the way the relationships are based, and it's a slice of life anime. It's more about determination, perseverance, and the drive to better oneself at something that they love. And of course, I really like the fact that Taylor herself isn't really good at much anything else but table tennis. And she's very interesting. She comes off as an X factor, and they kind of predict that in the first episode. So there's some foreshadowing there. And Agari, her her origin is really fantastic. Her mother named her that because she always wanted her to rise to the top, and but in every subject in school she was mediocre, and she always felt like I'm not living up to my potential, until she found table tennis, and then she found the one thing that she was good at, and then that begins to change, and you see the green-eyed monster start to take control of her. Of course, there's another school involved. They're part of Suzuhara, but the other school, I forget the name of it, but they have a team of girls that's got one of the elite players in the whole district, and I forget what they call her, the East Wind, I think, and she's a goth loli character who's obsessed with saying death and everything, and it's really cute. It's dealing with a lot of stereotypes, but still it's a really, really adorable anime, and I severely enjoyed it. I love everything about it, especially the action and the ping pong matches themselves, because it's super exciting, and just the action shots are nothing short of beautiful. And if I were to cosplay a character, it would probably be Hokuto, because I just love her. I don't know why. I think she's amazing and she's cool. That's kind of a pun. If you've seen the series, you understand what I mean by that. But each character has their own ability, and I especially like Hokuto's because she can calculate mathematically in her mind how the ping pong ball will fall over the net and how to counter that, especially with what is the weak link in the other, in the opposite player's return. And you learn quite a bit about table tennis too, which is why I like it. It's very educational, as I really didn't know there were so many terms based on table tennis in and of itself, and you've got a lot of physics involved with it and a lot of math and strategy, and I thought, ooh, this is complicated, but it's very interesting. And I like the fact that rackets themselves, just like in baseball, have a sweet spot where it make a different sound when the ball hits the racket, that you can tell it's going to help your stroke when you hit the ball back. It makes a pleasant kind of attack or noise. The sound sounds excellent. And I thought, oh, maybe I'm thinking a lot like Taylor here. I've never played, but I want to play so bad now that I've seen this. It really makes me want to learn how to do it, because I've always liked table tennis, but I've never really learned how to do it. But like I said, the only thing I didn't care for was the fact that the ending is just so there, and you think, well, what now? And there's fan service. It's really cute fan service, though. It's not over the top. You don't really get to see any nudity. The characters do go to a hot spring, but it's all blurred out by steam. And it's very tastefully done. You don't really see any kind of scandalous. I mean, it's not scandalous at all. It's very innocent. Well, there are some things that have a lot of innuendo involved, but it's just so cute and so funny. It's lighthearted. It will make you laugh. And there was a part that made me cry. It wasn't a cry of sadness, but it was just a cry of happiness based on just agape, unconditional love or friendship. But I love just how this team, the dynamic is just sensational, and they learn what doubles work well together and how they compensate for each other's flaws or their weaknesses, and you think, oh, wow, it's amazing. And it's so cute. It's one of the cutest things I've seen in a good long while since, what was the last cute thing I saw? I can't think of the name of Azumanga. Yeah, Azumanga Daioh is probably one of the most adorable things I've ever watched, and I love that anime so much. It's one of my favorites still to this day, and I still think that it's one of the cutest things I've ever viewed. Of course, I haven't seen Punchimas, but I have Punchimas, and I plan on watching it soon. And Komomo Friends was also really good too. Komomo was so cute. Yeah, but I would definitely say Azumanga, Komomo Friends, Punchimas, which I haven't seen yet, but a lot of the Hatsune Miku, a lot of the videos that they do, they're so adorable, and they make me so happy. And this is another thing that falls into that line of, it's just cuteness for cuteness' sake, but it's more than that. It's, don't take it at face value. A lot of people have, and it's like, there's not a lot there's not a lot to actually go on. I'm thinking, yeah, there is, if you just enjoy it for the sheer satisfaction of camera angles and the way that they animate the fluid motion of the match in and of itself, or the matches that take place. And oh my gosh, it is epic. It's just unbelievable, I think. This animation is just it's incredible. And this is why I like sports animes now, because I never really thought I would get into it. But there's another one, I plan on getting it at some point in time, but it's a more realistic portrayal of ping pong, and I'm really interested. It's called Ping Pong, actually. It's not called Scorching Ping Pong Girls like this one is. But this one, of course, you can tell whom it's directed at. I would say younger audience, most likely, since it's got fan service. It's tasteful. I think it's tastefully done. Even with Mune Mune and the massive rack jokes, I wasn't really offended by that. I thought, oh, it's cute, because Uroshide would come over, and she rests her head on her breasts like that. It's just, I thought it was cute. I don't know why, but it made me happy, and just to see how the characters interacted and got along, and just their everyday settings in school. It's a slice of life, and just I like to see how the different characters played the game. And like I said, Hokuto was my absolute favorite, because she could calculate to just so precise, and just hit it back with no problem. And it's very realistic in how that's done. I think that whoever was responsible for putting forward the animation made certain that they did a plenty of research and just doing trajectory. And yeah, this gets pretty intense, especially when the matches occur, and those are my favorite scenes, other than the more relaxed kind of motifs where the characters are just, they're not talking to each other and spurring each other. I love that whole spurring each other on, because it's just such a beautiful example of what true friendship is. And that's the reason I enjoyed it so much. That's pretty much all I gotta say. So, until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, Tutti.